Ira Epstein of Linn Associates with your morning flash update for this Friday, November 13th, 2020. And not a lot of economic data, but some today. Let's go to that and then I'll come to the charts. University of Michigan consumer sentiment, not a good number for November, 77 versus the 81. When you look at current conditions, about where they were, the preliminary expectations down, you got COVID. But the interesting part is when you go further into the numbers, I was watching Rick Santelli today do that on CNBC this morning. Inflation expectations are picking up. So that is something to keep your eye on. That number, when it came out, caused the gold market and the silver to both jump. So interesting. At 10 this morning, we get the Federal Reserve Bank of Kansas City with its manufacturing indices. Eurozone economic data as it came out, as you can see. They had a good trade surplus, and, you know, China's buying from them, and that's what you would expect. Now, as I said, I got up early this morning watching. In fact, on Fridays, when there's an F1 race, I'm up early because I love to watch the time trials and see how they're adjusting. In my youth, I tried racing cars and was never good at it. I had to come in dead last. I was lucky to do it, but boy, I went all over America on all the tracks in cars and did the open wheel racing. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Can't begin to say it. I'm older now. I used to fly a plane too. So I'm not an adventurer, but I've tried all these things. All right. When you look at the dollar index, the question for this weekend as you take home positions, you're fighting a couple of things. You're fighting a markets that, for me, want to look in one sense and say, okay, come February and March, I'm looking there and I see things good happening. We're going to have a vaccine. Everything's fine. Then I see over here, oh, I don't want to wake up tomorrow. We're going to have all new bad news coming out in the marketplace. You know we're going to hear that the COVID cases are all-time highs. There might be more shut-ins. How bad's that going to hit the economy? Yin-yang. This is what you've got going, and that is the battleground this market is fighting. So if you think it's going to be easy, you're wrong. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be a heck of a fight here, and the question is, which wins out? In the short term, probably COVID. Long term, just what I told you. Energy prices down today as that market is seeing the obvious. Hey, get lockdown shut-ins is happening in Chicago, Detroit, all these different areas. There's going to be less demand for fuel. Yet, for the Thanksgiving holiday, airlines are putting on more planes. You go figure. I mean, you talk about cross currents, we have them. I love what the silver is doing. For those of you that viewed my silver report, this fits right in with what we're doing. So does actually copper, up another 300 points today. So I really do think that as we get past this next round of this COVID, which is going to be a terrible round, probably worse than the first one, thank God we know how to treat it better, there's a lot good happening. To find out more, like I say, I start you off in the morning, if you're a subscriber of mine, you open your computer and I'm going to take you through 40 some odd charts. By that time, I already have an idea what's happening in Europe, Asia. I'm bringing you back home, what the events of the day are, what happened overnight in the news. Now, I start recording at 5:40 in the morning. So it's early. It's intended to be before you get it the 7:30 time frame, Central Time, Chicago, when trading volumes really start picking up. And it's not that there's a pit anymore. It's how it works with all the analysts. You want the cash markets and bonds open. You want to get to the cash and the stock indices and so on. This will work on your different tablets, your iPhones, everywhere you've got. I recommend viewing it from our website. Why? Because on the bottom of the video there, you're going to be able to use what I call my timeline. And on the timeline, you're able to drag that bar and it's going to light up and tell you which section you're in. My typical video is 20 to 25 minutes. So if you think that I'm running a short video each morning and giving you a little bit of information, you could not be more wrong. I cover in detail this. Plus, you'll see that subscription, you get my special reports and you get an invite to my webinars. So it really covers a lot. I know there's some of you that say, hey, I want longer term trading. Saturdays, I put out a video for you of all the same charts, only on a weekly basis. That gives you the longer term analysis that you want to come into those markets different ways. The cost, folks, it's inexpensive. It's the cost of a cup of coffee, a custom cup from Starbucks or wherever you go. $7.95 for the first 30 days, $15 after that. And yes, you can buy a yearly subscription all up front, $13 a month. You pay everything up front. Can I make it any easier? I don't think so. Go to our website. Under the word research, it's all there, and you've got it. www.iraepstein.com. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.